Hello, thank you so much for joining this video tutorial. This is lesson 1, UFT data-driven testing for beginners. In this lesson, we will do the planning for data-driven testing. This lesson will be short. In this lesson, we will briefly talk about each of the following lessons. In lesson 2, we will design the data-driven testing framework. This lesson is divided into 2 parts. First part, we will understand the application, and second part, we will design the data-driven testing framework. Lesson 3, we will build the file structure. Lesson 4, we will write the manual test cases. This lesson is divided into 2 parts. We'll write the traceability matrix, and second part, we'll write the manual test cases. In lesson 5, we will configure UFT. There are a lot of settings within UFT. This tutorial is designed for beginners, so we will just do some basic settings to do our data-driven testing. And this lesson is divided into 3 parts. First part, we'll just select the edit needed for our application. And part 2, we will do the error handling configuration and data-driven testing configuration. Part 3, we will configure UFT so that UFT can automatically export the test results to a specified directory. In lesson 6, we will create a solution. Solution simply nothing but a container where we can add all our automation test scripts, function libraries, or other business components. Lesson 7. Lesson 7, we will build and execute our first automation test script. After that, we'll analyze the test result. This lesson is divided into 10 parts. First part will review the manual test cases. Second part will understand the flow of user actions. Third part will create a blank GUI test and add it to the solution. First part will add the actions to the GUI test. Part 5, we will review the test flow for the test, registration test, the first test. Part 6, 7, 8, we will automate each action. Part 9 and 10 will run and then run the test and then analyze the test result. Lesson 8 will build and execute the second automation test script, and after that we will analyze the test result. This lesson is divided into 11 parts. We'll do the exact same as previous lesson. We'll just review the manual test case. We'll review the test flow of user actions, and then we'll add the test to the solution. We'll automate all the actions, run and analyze the test result, just like previous lesson. Now is the enhancing part. So lesson 7, we'll build and execute the first script with hard-coded data. And lesson 9, in this lesson, we will replace the hard-coded data by pointing to the data source for data-driven testing. And this lesson is divided into, let's see how many, 5 parts. first part will just open the action that is required for data that need to be enhanced for data-driven testing, and we'll prepare the test data. Part 3, we will enhance the test data, enhance the script to replace the test data by pointing to the data source. Part 4 and 5 will run the test and then analyze the test result. Lesson 10. In lesson 8, we'll build a second automation test script by recording. And in this lesson, we will replace the hard-coded value by pointing to the data source. And we'll do the exact same as previous lesson, like lesson 9. We'll just open the actions, enhance the actions, run, and analyze the result. Lesson 11, we will prepare the configuration file. This is the file where we will list all our automation test scripts directories. This lesson, this is an Excel file that we'll prepare. First, create a blank Excel file and then list. Second part is to list all the scripts and directories. Lesson 12, we will write the driver script. This lesson is divided into 2 parts. First, we'll create a blank drivers file, which is a VB script file. Second part is to add details to the file. Driver script job would be to go to the config file and run the scripts that are set to Y. In other words, driver job is to execute the scripts for us. Executing automation test suite. So this is the last lesson of this tutorial. We will execute automation test suite, and this lesson is divided into 4 parts. Part 1 will determine which tests to run. Part 2 will verify some settings just to make sure we have the correct settings. Part 3 will run the driver script to execute the test scripts suite. Part 4 will analyze the automation test results. So I guess this is it. Thank you so much for watching this. So by looking at the planning in the next lesson, we will design the data-driven testing framework. Thank you so much for watching it. I hope to see you in the next lesson. Take care.